Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show, and I've got another shortwave listening tip for you. This is the third in the series. This one I had on my list, and my last show, somebody actually commented and suggested this one. And again, a lot of these things are very common, very well known, but for new shortwave listeners and returning shortwave listeners, they have forgot or didn't know about these tips that can improve your shortwave listening. So let's go on. Here we go. Tip number 3. Use an external antenna. Even a simple insulated wire antenna will greatly improve your shortwave reception. I probably should have said may greatly improve your shortwave reception, and I'll get into that later. If you have a lot of RF noise in your room that you want to listen to your radio and you want to put up a little wire antenna in the room, you may have to go to an external antenna. Move it outside. Either take your radio outside, as I suggested on tip number 1, to get away from the noise, or take and get the antenna outside, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. If you do not have any problems with RF noise in your room, you can hang some wire around the ceiling in your room. If your wife doesn't object, you can use almost any kind of wire. Braided wire, I think, is best because it's more flexible. Use smaller gauge, nothing smaller than like a 20 gauge, because you want it to be light but strong. You can add a clip on one end to attach it to your shortwave radio's antenna if your radio does not have an external antenna jack. So this will work, I guarantee. So here's some examples. Here's a real simple one with an alligator clip on the end, just a piece of wire. String it up in your room, or if you go outside, you can suspend it from a tree or something. What you want an insulator between the wire and the tree, like a piece of rope, that'll work. Piece of string, that'll work. Here's another one on the right side there, a little fancier. This one has that carabiner, so it's easy to attach and unattach. Also, as you can see, that's insulated, and this one has a connector, a plug for the particular radio that this was going to plug into. That can vary, so you may not want to use a specific plug, or you can make multiple antennas for your multiple radios that have different plugs. Plugging it in to the external antenna jack on your radio is best. That way it disconnects, theoretically, it disconnects the built-in telescopic antenna, which could be bringing in noise. Another simple wire antenna that you can buy is what's called a real antenna. It costs about $12 to $15. It's sold under various brand names, and some radios come with these. Like the Kato radios, some of them come with this. And you can see this has a plug on it that if your radio will accept that particular plug, you just plug it into the external jack. Or if it doesn't, it's got this adapter that will clip on to the telescopic antenna. Very convenient. $12 to $15. I think I have them in my Amazon store. The length of these wires should be at least 20 feet. At least 20 feet. The longer the better. If you can string them up outside, excuse me, and want to use your radio inside, remember to bring in the antenna using shielded coax cable. That will keep the RF noise in your room from getting into the antenna. That's what you want to prevent. So, conclusion. Using a simple wire antenna can, and that's why I wanted to clarify it, can improve your shortwave reception. It may make it worse if you got a bad RF noise environment. You're going to pick up more RF noise, so keep that in mind. More shortwave listening tips to come. I think I got one more. If you have some tips that I haven't mentioned, please share them, and I'll do a quick video on them so that everybody can get the information. That's it. If you enjoyed the show, please give me a thumbs up. That tells me I'm doing shows you're interested in and not wasting your time. Some great news. My friend Jeff King, who brings me radios from his collection, came Thursday and brought me a whole stack of radios, some really great radios, some very interesting, unique radios. So I want to thank Jeff for doing that, and those will be coming up shortly. Have a great day. Bye-bye.